as it all started with the snow. You see, it was a very special kind of snow. A snow to make the happy happier and the giddy even giddier. A snow to make a homecoming homier and natural enemies friends. Natural. For it was the first snow of the season. And as any child can tell you, there's a certain magic to the very first snow. Especially when it falls on the day before Christmas. For when the first snow is also a Christmas snow, well, something wonderful is bound to happen.
It was near Christmas time on the island of Sodor, and the Fat Controller needed a Christmas tree. One morning, he got some of his engines at Narrate Station to hold a meeting. "No engines," said the Fat Controller. "We need a Christmas tree this year, so I've decided that Thomas shall deliver it for us." Gorden was not happy with this. "Sir," said Gorden, "Thomas delivered it last time and he got stuck in the snow. And besides, we already have a diesel carrying it for us." "Well, Gorden, this special is titled Thomas and the Christmas Miracle, not the Random Diesel and the Christmas Miracle." "Okay, sir." So Thomas, the next morning, was ready at Narrate Station with all the supplies he needed. "Now, Thomas," said the Fat Controller, "do you promise not to get lost or stuck?" "I promise, sir," said Thomas. And with that, Thomas and his crew left to get the tree. Thomas liked puffing through the snow. He was very calm and peaceful, not a care in the world. Sooner or later, they grabbed their Christmas tree and headed back to Sodor. But unfortunately, Thomas had lost his way, as he had never been this far from Sodor before. Thomas then discovered another line he had never seen before. "This must be the way," said Thomas. But when he got to a point to a bridge, he saw the bridge was not only gone, but abandoned. "Oh dear," said Thomas. "Now we're truly lost." So Thomas and his crew headed backwards to an abandoned mine quarry, where they saw an old rusted shed nearby. The old wooden shed seemed to be decrepit. Cracks, splinters, and even cobwebs circling all around it. "We'll have to spend the night here, Thomas, if we're going to get back to Sodor tomorrow morning. The snow might be too bad nearby." But as Thomas's crew went to open the shed door, they were in for a big surprise. There, in the shed, was an old green box engine. "Bless my buffers," said Thomas. "Who might you be?" "My name is Neil. I'm one of the old lead engines on the North Western Railway." Thomas was shocked by this. He had never heard of an engine named Neil before. "What are you doing in this old shed on this abandoned mine?" "I'm resting and waiting for the manager to get back," said Topham hot. Thomas knew exactly who he was talking about. "I'm sure the Founder would love to see you." "I would love to see him, but I have enough fuel to move." "I will soon fix that," said Thomas cheerfully. Working together, Thomas and the workmen used many items to fuel Neil's fire. Pieces from the woodshed, the entire Christmas tree, and even Thomas's snowplow were used to fill up Neil's fire, until both his and Thomas's were nice and full. "I appreciate your generosity, Thomas," said Neil gratefully. "But then you have to give away your tree and snowplow." "Now we'll find some loophole to make that work," said Thomas. And so the two engines puffed away. Thankfully, Neil remembered the location to the old Brendam Docks, which coincidentally was built in the new Brendam Docks that we have today. Gorden was waiting crossly at Brendam Docks for Thomas to come back. "Where have you been?" said Gorden crossly. "You've been gone for 3 days. Gorden, said Thomas. You're not going to believe what I just found. Is that an old boxcar engine? Said Gorden. Yes, isn't it cool? How did you manage to get through the snow without a snowplow? I don't know, I thought the steam would melt it. That isn't how snow works, Thomas. Did you at least get the Christmas tree? Well, you see, you burned it, didn't you? It was... Oh, Thomas, you do not run on wood, you run on coal. Why did you waste our Christmas tree on your fuel? How much fuel did you even have? You had a ton, Thomas. You brought extra just in case you got lost. There was literally no reason you needed to use the Christmas tree as fuel. Maybe you're right. Look, Thomas, we'll discuss this later. But right now, you get that boxcar to the steamworks. I'll go get Sir Topham hat, said Gorden, trying to be calmer now. So Thomas puffed away. Once Neil and the fire controller cleared things up, Neil was sent to the works. So did you and the fire controller work things out? Said Thomas to Neil. Oh yeah, it was a pretty awkward conversation, but this is a kids' movie. We're not going to go that deeply into this. So Neil, said Thomas, questionably, what happened to you before they met? Well, my story, said Neil, went something like this. I was building Nelson and Company in Glasgow, Scotland. I came to Sodor in 1861 to construct the island. I worked tirelessly on the stations and a quarry. Back then I was alone since my twin brother went to other railway. I only held the horses that kept me company. I helped unload two little engines, actually, named Scalorian and S. The two worked on their own part of the island. We never saw each other much, but they worked very hard. Thomas was surprised by this. You know Scalori and Rennes? Yeah, have you heard of them? Oh yeah, they're still working today. But I want to know how you ended up in that old shed. Well, said Neil, as technology advanced and new engines came to Sodor, I began to be used less and less. The managers thought I was too outdated and stopped caring about me. It got so bad I could barely pull one coach. Then one day, the managers locked me up in a shed and told me, we'll get you some new parts, Neil. You just wait here for us to come back. But they never did come back, and I was left alone for many, many years, waiting for their return. Thomas felt horrible for Neil. Well, we'll never treat you like that, Neil, I promise, said Thomas. We can deal with this another time. Let's get a good ending to this special, shall we? Of course. Now I know what to do. So Thomas went. He soon met up with the Fat Controller to discuss a plan. Sir, said Thomas, you know about Neil, right? Well, I've seen the previous scenes, so I must know. Sir, I don't have the Christmas tree because I used it for fuel. But I have a solution. And Thomas told the Fat Controller. That's a great idea, Thomas. Tonight, we'll have our celebration for Christmas, and you'll do your part. So Thomas left. That night, the engines and the people waited at Narrate station for the surprise. Thomas better make up for the missing Christmas tree, said Gorden angrily. Engines and people of Sodor, said the Fat Controller. I'd like to show you our Christmas miracle. And without warning, Thomas slowly puffed into Narrate station. Suddenly the lights turned on, and there on the flatbed was Neil, their Christmas tree. Even Gorden was impressed by this. At least he managed to make it up. Merry Christmas to Sodor, said Neil. And that night, it was truly a Christmas miracle. Hark the